Hey guys, Christy here. Turn the music off. So my friend Kelly over at Cozy Reader Kelly tagged me in a video, and it is the over 30 book tag. Well over 30. And it's a fun little book tag that I'm gonna do, and it looks like the original person who made this tag is InkNotBlood, and if I can find that, I will put their information down below, and I'll definitely put Kelly's information down below. So the first prompt is, name one of your favorite books that features a protagonist who is 30 years old or older. And this is hard because I don't I mostly read like young adult books. I'm just now starting to get into adult books, and I'm starting to read more classics, but I don't remember what I read years ago, so this is just going on based on the last couple of years. So I chose The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid because it's about an aging star, and she's probably like in her 70s or something, and so she's well over 30. Anyway, I love this book so much and had a lot of fun reading this. I don't read very many contemporaries, but this one was fun and really made me feel like it was real life that I was reading about, like an autobiography. So that's one of my favorite books about with a character over 30. Let's see, the next prompt is, name a book that represents who you were when you were younger. This one was hard because I don't have, most of my books are fantasy, so that was hard for me, but I saw this on my shelves and I was like, ooh, Black Beauty. And the reason I chose Black Beauty is because I actually grew up on a horse farm. We had champion race horses, and most of them were retired race horses, and then we would breed them and raise the babies up to be race horses, and a lot of them were wild when we got them. And like my uncle got bit in the cheek when we were trying to sew up one of their chests that got cut open by a fence, and like took a chunk out of his cheek. He had a big old scar right here for a very long time. But they were beautiful, majestic creatures, and I had the most fantastic childhood. And so horses of any kind just kind of represent my childhood. I spent a lot of time at the racetracks. I spent a lot of time training with the long lead ropes and going in circles, and my dad made like kind of a dirt track on our farm that we would take the horses around, like run them and do different things with them. Sometimes we used them to round up the cows. Anyway, this is the closest thing I could find on my shelves that really represents my childhood. Let's see the next prompt. Number 3 says, name a book that represents where you are in your life now. And this one was very, very hard, but for a couple of different reasons I chose this book. First, I chose it because I am the 5th sister born, the 5th daughter born, and I'm the youngest by far, and I have a struggling relationship with those sisters. I love them dearly, but I'm struggling with them. But the second reason is that I have a gaggle of children, and I'm a single mom. It's hard to make ends meet, so sometimes we, have to do what we have to do to make ends meet, but we're all very close, and so for that reason, I chose Little Women. This one, like I said, this was a hard one for me to find on my shelves because I don't often read about single parents or kids, and that's really all my life revolves around, that and reading. So this would probably be the closest I could find. Okay. Gets even wilder, folks. Number 4. Name a book that represents something that has never changed about you. And I grew up on a farm, so I had to be tough. Like I said, I was the 5th daughter, the youngest daughter. My father was a farmer his whole life, but never had any sons. He didn't care. We were insert sons for him. Like, we had to, when a cow was giving birth and the calf was stuck, I had to stick my arm down there and pull out the calf. Wasn't real pleased about it. Probably argued with my dad quite a bit about it. But I did it, or else it probably would have been whooped. But it makes you a strong individual. I have had, not to go dark here, but some rough abusive relationships in multiple stages of abuse. Some not as bad as the others, and some very, very bad. Things that have kind of scarred me mentally and physically, honestly. You gain strength with that also as time goes on. And then being a single mom on a very little budget, you have to be strong. You have to teach your kids that, sometimes life's not fair and sometimes life is hard, but you keep going and you pick yourself up. You work hard for what you've got, and you make sure you're kind, and you go. And then I think I've mentioned that I have a rare illness, and my body's covered in tumors. There's nothing they could do. I mean, they could take the tumors out, but they would regrow, and they are painful. My legs are hurting right now. That's why what I'm doing down here is rubbing my knees, because I've got some around my knees and they hurt. But it makes you tough, and I just decided that I can't give up. I have to keep going no matter what faces me. So when I was looking at my shelves of the books I've read and stuff, I was looking at stuff that I've read recently, and one book stuck out to me because of a girl who faced the odds, and those odds were she was probably going to die, but she didn't give up, and by God, she fought until she won. And that book is Warrior of the Wild. That might be an odd book for me to choose, but it's the one that I thought of when I was like, okay, like, what's a book that I have on my shelf that somebody who's tough and just doesn't give up, and had a positive spirit about her, because I try to stay positive. And so that's what I come up with. I actually love that book. I love any book with positive characters and ones that overcome. So those are my favorite, especially young girls that overcome, because I want my girls to learn to overcome. Okay, name one of your favorite classics. Now, it's been a long time since I've read classics, and that's actually been something I'm trying to do more of this year. I'm kind of failing at it. I still need to finish, let's face it, I haven't even started Persuasion, but I need to, and have the rest of this week to do that. I'll get to it, I promise. But one of the classics that I read recently that I just loved is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And I loved both sides and the balance between pride and prejudice, and how they both needed to overcome those in order to come together. I loved that. So yeah, this is one of my recent favorite classics. Now, I have read a lot of classics, but those were 20 years ago. My brain doesn't remember that far back. Probably I'll be reading all those over again. Like The Secret Garden. Oh, I love that one. I want my daughter to read it so bad. I want her to read classics, and she's not interested. But one of these days, I'm going to get her to read classics. I signed her up for Scribd, actually her own account, so she can actually listen to like one classic a month maybe, and it'll be easier than reading it. So, you all right over there, kiddo?
Not at all.
And the last prompt is number 6. Name a book you like or would like to read that was published in the year you were born. Folks, I was born in 1977. I'm old. So, I had to look up books that were published in 1977. And the only one that I could find that I would really like to read, there are some Stephen King ones that it surprised me. But the one that I found that I would like to read is Bridge to Terabithia. And I've never read that, oddly enough. But I wouldn't mind reading it. It's only 128 pages. And this quote is beautiful. It says, "It's like the smarter you are, the more things can scare you." I love that quote. So, I'll have to put that on my list. Anyway, that was it. That's it for the Over 30 book tag. Thank you, Kelly at Cozy Reader Kelly, for tagging me. This was fun. I don't get tagged in things since I'm so brand new, but I appreciate that. And I don't know who's over 30 on BookTube. No, I think most people are. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Mikachi over at KivoxEnder. I'm going to tag her and have her do this. So, Meek, your turn, girl. Alright, that's all, folks. I hope you have a great evening. I promise I'm going to get to my wrap-ups and some book reviews. That's what I'm going to film next. Anyway, again, hope you guys have a great day. Bye.